I have a house. I got it old school. You know what I'm saying? I know that some of the men in here, when I said I had a house, they're sitting there going, yeah, mommy and daddy probably bought it for you. No! Mommy and daddy did not buy it for me. No rich uncle died. No money was inherited. I worked hard. I stacked my pennies up one at a time, and then I met a woman who'd already bought property, and she let me move in. Old school. And I feel I earned it. I went through the roommate ringer. I lived in London, England for 6 years, and for 6 years I lived with 7 other people. I lived with 7 other people who all had extreme depression, and then me, I only have anxiety, so that made me the leader. It's rough when you have anxiety versus depression, because it's just like the saddest person in the world just walks up to you and goes, the entire point of existence is nothing. There's no reason to do anything. We're all just going to die. And then if you have anxiety, you have to go, well, that's another thing to worry about. Now, I didn't get anxiety like most people of my generation, the millennial generation, which is like, it's not like I'm like, oh, I have anxiety sometimes. Once a month, someone asks me to pay my rent, and I go, no. Like, I was hit by a bunch of cars, and now sometimes when I need to make a decision, I get sweaty. Too real? Well, don't worry. Louie's wife has almost done her salad, and then we can all go home. I remember the first time I had a panic attack. You never forget your first. Like, I never used to talk to strangers, and I've found in the last 3 months, if you are someone working at a business I happen to be in, we are having a conversation. I popped by the Target that was across the hall. Such a weird thing to say, by the way, in a comedy club. Come on down for some laughs, and then you can get some hand sanitizer and a travel toothbrush. I do love a Target. Welcome to Target. They're all almost laid out the same, so you're always lost. I was in a Target, and I was checking out. Now, I had not even purchased, I was over there, and I hadn't even purchased shampoo or conditioner. And he just looked at me and went, anything else? And I went, I won't be buying conditioner because I think it's bullshit. And then he went, okay. And then I literally went, I'm almost 40, man. I'm just trying to get used to it. He was like, okay. And a very interesting one recently. I was pumping gasoline in my car. Not bragging, because that is not a brag. And it's just how a car works. And I was pumping gasoline in my car. And as I was pumping gasoline, I heard the always familiar sound of an ambulance. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's an ambulance getting close. And then the ambulance kept getting louder and louder. And then the ambulance drove into the gas stations, lights blazing, siren going. I'm still feeling gas, just being like, did someone call this for me? And then the paramedic got out and started just putting gas in the ambulance. Now, I'm man enough and honest enough with all of you to admit that when he started filling the ambulance with gasoline, my first thought was, wait, ambulances need gas? They should have told us this at the hospital. But I must have been staring at him for a while. I definitely was. Like, you know when sometimes someone like, hey, what are you looking at? And you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was staring. And other times you're like, look at this fucking guy. I didn't know they still made eye patches. So I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and then he kind of does this sort of like, weird like, what am I like move? And he went, oh, yeah, the guy died. So I thought I'd just get gas. Now, I don't know what came over me in that moment, because I think everyone else in here would have gone, well, not talking to that guy anymore. But I then decided, and I genuinely needed to know in the moment. I went, so, what kind of type of gasoline does an ambulance take? And then he kind of looked, and then he looked over at me and he went, they say we should put in regular, but today I went, fuck it, premium.